Most tennis players' preseasons are pretty routine. They go to the gym, play doubles on the court every day, and do anything else that can help them get ready for 2023. Emma Raducanu also got an MBE from King Charles when she went to Windsor Castle. Emma Raducanu's 2023 season began at the ASB Classic with a tough 3-set win over Linda Fruhvirtova. Now that she's healthy again, she is sure that the 2023 season will be a fresh start. First, success comes at a price Emma Raducanu is willing to pay. When a 20-year-old who is ranked 78th in the world and has one title comes to the ASB Classic, not much is made of her. Emma Raducanu is different from most players though. That's because she only won one title at the US Open in 2021, when she became the first qualifier in the Open era to win a Grand Slam. Even more impressive was the fact that she won all 10 matches without losing a single set or even having a tiebreak. She became famous all over the world because of those 3 weeks, and the British public and media have been interested in everything she's done or said since then. But it was too much to ask Raducanu to keep playing as well as she did at the US Open, and her early exits from tournaments after that led to unfair criticism. At Stanley Street, Emma Raducanu talked to the New Zealand media when Elise Cornet of France beat her 6-3, 6-3 in the first round of the 2022 US Open. Her world ranking dropped from 11 to 83 in an instant. She's still one of the most well-known faces in women's tennis though. She was the most Googled active British woman athlete in 2022, and it's thought that she got a 6-figure fee to come to New Zealand. So it's clear that both the organizers of the tournament and tennis fans want her to do well at the Classic. Raducanu, for her part, wants to build on the lessons she learned on and off the court in 2022. "I had to learn to deal with the other things," Raducanu said. "I haven't changed as a person, but a lot has changed around me. So I've become very busy, and I don't have any time. I think that's the most important thing. I'm probably more well-known than most people, but that's just how it is, and I wouldn't change it for what happened." Emma Raducanu wants to avoid getting hurt in the year 2023. Her great form has attracted a lot of wealth. Raducanu is said to have signed a $6 million deal with Vodafone since winning the US Open. She also has sponsorship deals with Porsche, Nike, Dior, British Airways, Evian, and Tiffany & Co. That made the British tabloids say that she should spend some more time practicing tennis instead of adding to her bank account. But in April, 18-time Grand Slam winner Chris Evert said, "Being a superstar in England is the hardest thing a player has ever had to do. I just think that the English tabloids are cruel. I mean, if you're a star, they camp out in front of your house. I think Emma is doing a great job with everything." Raducanu has had to get used to how the media treats her and accept that there will be a lot of wrong information written about her. "A lot of it isn't true," she said, "but I'm not one to call people out. I know it's true, and the people around me know what's true. To deal with it, you just have to accept that people are going to talk and take it as a compliment, really. I look at it this way. If there's something worth talking about, they'll talk about it. If you're not worth talking about, they won't talk about you." A key for Raducanu in 2023 will be to stay injury-free, something she's struggled with in the past. When Emma Raducanu won the US Open in 2021, she changed the course of history. She just started working out with Jez Green, who used to train Andy Murray, and she hopes to spend more time on the court in 2023. Raducanu said, "I had to end my season early because I hurt my wrist. I didn't play tennis for 2.5 to 3 months. I worked out a lot, but in the last 2 weeks, I really started to get back into tennis. I feel good. It's been a bit stop and go, but I know that physically I'm in a better place than I was at the beginning of last year. I'm really excited to start building, and I feel like I'm putting together a good plan for how I want to work right now. Last year, 2022, gave me a lot of good experiences, so this year I know how I want to do things better." Raducanu's career will be defined by that US Open win until she does something else just as important. She knows that, but she doesn't think it's worth her time to compare how she plays now to how she played back then. Next up, Emma Raducanu overcomes weather in first singles win of 2023. Emma Raducanu, a former US Open champion, beat Linda Fruhvirtova 4-6, 6-4, 6-2 on Tuesday at the ASB Classic in her first singles match of 2023. The match took almost 4 hours, and it rained and it was windy during that time. Rain stopped the match twice, and the second time in the last set, the players had to leave the court for almost an hour. Raducanu came back and took control of the match. She broke the 17-year-old Fruhvirtova right away, giving a 2-0 lead. At 5-0, she served for the match. Fruhvirtova broke back to make it 5-1, and then she fought hard to keep the match going by saving 4 match points on her serve. Raducanu was down 0-30 in her next service game, but she came back with with a series of big serves and won the match in just under 2.5 hours, not counting delays. "I think it's been around 4 hours," Raducanu said. "To be honest, I don't know what time it is anymore. What a fight. Linda is such a good young player, and since I'm usually the younger one, it was a different situation for me. She's at the top of her game going into this match, and she'll stay there." Raducanu, who is 20, was playing her first competitive match in a while. She had to fight hard to win the first set, which took 53 minutes and was very close. At 4-4 in the first set, there was a short rain delay. Fruhvirtova started the second set with a 2-0 lead, but Raducanu tied it up at 2-2 and went on to win the set in 46 minutes. Raducanu was up 1-0 in the third set when the second rain delay happened. She became much more aggressive and won the next 4 games and the match as a whole. Her serve was good, and she won 65% of the points on Fruhvirtova's second serve because of how well she returned it. The Slovakian qualifier, Viktoria Kuzmova, who beat the 4th-seeded Bernarda Pera 6-4, 6-4, will play Raducanu in the second round. In a close match, Kuzmova won key points with her strong first serve, while Pera, an American born in Croatia, struggled in the wind and had 9 double faults. After winning the first set, Kuzmova fell behind 3-0 in the second. She then won 5 games in a row to come back and win the set. At 5-3, she had 2 match points on Pera's serve, but Pera, who's ranked 44th, saved both of them. As Kuzmova served for the match at 5-4, she saved 2 more points. With her 9th ace, she won the match. Well, recently, Emma Raducanu left the court in tears after withdrawing with injury at the ASB Classic. Emma Raducanu left the court in tears after her ankle hurt her in the 16th round of the ASB Classic, just 11 days before the Australian Open. The British #1 was playing Viktoria Kuzmova when it looked like she turned her ankle. The score was 6-0, 5-7. The 20-year-old tried to keep playing, but she had to quit after just 1 point. She broke down in tears on the court and left quickly. Raducanu was quoted by Stuff Media as saying, "I've worked out a lot in the last few months, and I've been feeling good and hopeful. So to be stopped by an accident, like rolling an ankle, in the first week is pretty disappointing. I thought I was a pretty good tennis player. The courts are very slippery, so it's not surprising that this happened. We'll figure out what to do over the next few days." Raducanu's 2022 season ended in October because of an injury to her wrist. Earlier this week, she said that her goals for 2023 were to stay healthy and play fearless tennis. The former US Open champion is worried about this new injury as the Australian Open starts on January 16th in Melbourne. Finally, as a bonus, Naomi Osaka announces pregnancy, indicates she won't play in 2023. Naomi Osaka, a 4-time major champion and former world #1, said that she is pregnant and said that she will miss the whole tennis season in 2023. "I know life is short, so I don't take any moment for granted. Every day is a new blessing and adventure," Osaka tweeted on Wednesday, along with a picture of an ultrasound. "I know I have a lot to look forward to in the future. One thing I'm looking forward to is when my kid watches one of my matches and says, 'That's my mom.' Haha, I'll learn a lot in 2023, and I hope to see you guys at the beginning of next year because I'll be at the Australian Open in 2024. Osaka, 25, has been dating rapper Corday since 2019. Osaka just dropped out of the upcoming Australian Open, which she has won twice before. Since losing in the first round of the US Open, she hasn't played a full match, and she only played in 11 tournaments in 2022. Since the 2021 Australian Open, Osaka hasn't won a title and hasn't made it past the third round at a major since then. She has been honest about her mental health problems, and after losing in the third round of the 2021 US Open, she told reporters that tennis was no longer fun for her. Then Osaka took a break for an undetermined amount of time. She came back at the start of the 2022 season. Hopefully, Emma Raducanu will stay fit for the better part of the year. She is truly destined for greatness. That's it for today, guys. A like to the video and a subscribe to the channel will be greatly appreciated.